Hi there, Chris, Chapman Cap Motor Legends. Today I want to talk about a new short boot from the brand Falco. It's a boot that's called the Ace. Let's face it, the motorcycle world is not exactly short of short casual riding boots, but we particularly like this boot. It's the Ace from Falco, and that's because it doesn't look at all like a motorcycle boot. But the Ace is not just a pretty face, it still ticks all the boxes. It's got all the bells and whistles that you would expect on a boot like this. The upper is made entirely of leather. We've got areas of solid leather, but we've also got perforated panels at the front, down the sides and around the ankles as well, and that's going to make the boot a little bit more breathable in hot weather. You've also got an extra area here on the toe that is going to, it's another leather panel, it's going to act as a bit of a gear change pad. In terms of waterproofing, the boot comes with a membrane from a company called High-Tex. That's a perfectly acceptable membrane, although what you have to bear in mind is that a short boot is never going to be as waterproof as a tall boot. If you really want to have dry feet all the time, you are going to need a taller boot. And the reason being that as you're riding along, the rain will hit the ground, it'll bounce off the ground, and on a lower boot, that rain as it bounces up can get over the lower shaft of the boot. In terms of fastening, getting in and out of the boot, we've got laces, but also a zip that runs up the inside of the boot. In this case, the zip is protected by a Velcro flap that is going to stop the zip coming undone. The zip will make it easier to get in and out of the boots, but because it has a membrane and therefore it has this gusset only opens so far. And what this means is that you won't have to undo the laces as much as you might do on a traditional boot, but you're not going to be able to rely on the zip solely. You're still going to have to use a combination of the laces and the zip. In terms of protection, you've got counters, hard counters, reinforcing counters in the toe and the heel. You've also got D3O pucks here in the ankles to protect your ankles in the event of an impact. At the back of the shoe, we've got a Neoprene band here. Now, it's quite novel. We quite like it. It's going to make the boot very comfortable to ride in. It's going to make the boot very comfortable to walk around in. But we think it's also going to be able to absorb some of the rain that we were talking about as it bounces off the road. Neoprene will absorb that and stop that getting into the boot. The sole is what we call a dual compound sole. It is both wear resistant and oil resistant. And what we like about it is it's a totally flat sole, and we like that because that makes the boot easier to move up and down the pegs. At times a heel on a boot can kind of get in the way. There's a little bit of a lift in the heel. So at the back of the boot there's a bit of a lift, and what this is going to do is going to give a little bit of assistance to those people like myself who sometimes find themselves challenged by the height of their bike. The boots come in brown or in black. For now we're only doing it in brown. They come in at 170. They don't come in at 170 pounds at all, they come in at 165 pounds, and we reckon for what you get here, that's pretty much bang on the money. If you'd like to see more Falco boots, or indeed more short motorcycle boots, then visit the website motorlegends.com. If you want to learn more about the Ace boot in particular, then click on one of the links on the screen. Sometimes they're up there, sometimes they're down there. That will take you straight to the correct page on the website. When you're there, you can check out the spec in a little bit more detail, you can check availability, and obviously if you like the boot, you can buy it there and then. Now when you buy from us, we try to make the process as simple, straightforward and risk-free as we possibly can. There's no delivery charge on any item of protective wear that you buy from us, returns are totally free, and what's more, we give you a full 12 months in which to decide whether you do want to return something to us. We have the best price promise in the business. Now, John Lewis was always rightly famed for its never knowingly undersold price promise, but we go one stage better. If you can find a competitor selling anything that we sell at a price that is lower than ours, we will beat that competitor's price by a full 10%. Now there are a few terms and conditions connected to what we call our price beat, nothing particularly onerous, but if you are going to price beat us, then I suggest you go over to the website and check out what those terms and conditions are. If in the future you'd like to see bulletins from us about new product launches, then if you go to the website, at the top of every page there's a piece of script that says newsletter sign up. Click on there, within seconds you'll be in business. In future you'll receive our bulletins. If however you prefer to get your information videographically, that's to say in this form, we'd be simply delighted if you wanted to become a subscriber to our YouTube channel, and you can do that by clicking on the button below. Finally, I'd like to make a play for our fabulous little shop here at Motor Legends. We're based about a mile from the centre of Guildford, a mile from the railway station. And as I've suggested, it's a small shop, it's got a small footprint. but it's attached to a warehouse where we have more than £2 million worth of stock arranged over 3 floors. That technically makes this the second largest motorcycle apparel shop in the country. But we think that we are far more than just the amount of merchandise we have here in the building. We're all about service, we're all about personal fitting. If you want to check us out, visit Trustpilot. We have the highest 5-star ranking in the business. And when you visit us, we'll serve you only the finest Italian illy coffee, or we'll serve you proper Yorkshire tea in a proper teapot. And who knows, if you're lucky, you might even get to sample one of our delicious motorcycle-shaped shortbread biscuits. Anyway, this has been Chris. I hope to talk to you again soon.